Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on another episode of Conversations with My Son. We recorded this episode with Kian and me talking about one of his favorite topics, video games. It's a topic that I know he loves a lot because he's really enjoyed the video games that he has. Granted, he doesn't have a lot, but we introduced him to video games only last year and got him a Nintendo Switch, which gave him the opportunity to play sports games and a bit of Mario and some of the other fun things. It was a topic we debated as parents, and it's something we've contested and thought about a lot, but at some stage we were going to have to give in. I always go back to my days as a kid and say, oh, well, I did okay. And, maybe it's not the right rationale, but there was also the added peer pressure from his friends who had video games and things like that. I think where we drew the line was we would limit the type of games he played and, tried to limit it to sports and entertainment and fun and things like that, as opposed to shooting and violence, which we know will come later down the line. So this was one of those episodes where we talked about Kian's love for video games, what he did, why he enjoys them, and does he learn anything from them. Listen in, tell us a bit more about what you thought of it, and what do you as parents think about video games. Hope you enjoy it, and see you soon. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with My Son. Glad to have you back on our podcast again with...
Me, Kian. Remember me from the last few episodes?
Of course they do, Kian. I think you're the star of this show, so I'm happy to have you back and to discuss another fun topic on this episode. You know what we're going to be talking about today, right?
Yes, TV and video games.
I think that's one of your favorite topics to discuss, especially after we've talked about toys, right?
Yes.
So, Kian, tell me, in a week, how much time do you spend on TV and video games?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Do you spend the whole day?
No.
No, it's just a bit of time every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mama and Papa are pretty strict that way about allowing you time on TV and video games, right?
Yes.
But it must be for your good, because too much TV and too many video games spoil your eyes, no?
I know, but it's fun.
And you don't want to get your eyes spoiled, and we don't want to wear glasses, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, because see, when Papa was young, he used to watch too much TV and he used to be too much in front of video games, and therefore he got glasses very early on. We don't have that problem yet, right?
No.
Good. So, Kian, tell me, on TV, what do you like watching?
Creature Cases, Paw Patrol. Used to love watching Thomas and Friends.
That's a lot of shows, though.
Yeah, because sometimes I like watching different stuff.
But what's the best part about these shows? Is it the actual cartoons? Is it the stories? Is it the adventure? What is it that you like about them?
Story and adventure.
The adventure. So, don't you like any of the real, action hero or adventure ones? When Papa was young, TV had shows like He-Man and Turtles and all of those. You don't like those?
Not really. Not really.
How come?
Because they're just a bit scary.
So you don't like the scary bits. You like more... what kind of adventure do you like then?
So, the Mario Brothers, where Mario tries to rescue Princess Peach.
Wait, so that's the new Mario movie that's come out, right?
Yes.
Where did we watch it?
In the movie house.
We did. We went to the movie theater for that one. So, did you enjoy watching the show, the movie there?
Yes.
Cool. Have you seen a lot of movies then?
Yes.
Nice. But but wasn't the Mario movie scary as well? Because it's got this dragon creature in there.
That means no.
Okay. But you didn't find it scary?
No.
But we took Trisha to watch the movie as well, and I think she got scared, right?
Yes. She said it was the worst movie ever.
But was it the worst movie ever?
No.
No, you enjoyed it. And I think when we talked about toys in the previous episode, you actually talked about Mario being one of your favorite new toys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what else? So tell me more about the TV shows you watch. What else do you watch?
So, I don't really watch much anymore. I mostly play video games, but I watch different shows, and they're mostly adventure shows, but not too many action shows.
Are there shows that are educational that you watch as well?
Yes, Go Jetters.
Tell us about Go Jetters. What's that one?
So they go all the way to different countries, and they keep saving people, but this person, Grandmaster Glitch, keeps causing glitches in everything.
And is it an educational show in every country? They tell you something new, or what is educational about it?
They tell us something new about every country.
And what else?
It's just basically that.
And have you tell us something fun you learned from Go Jetters then?
So that in Egypt, there's the statues that they're there. So the statue's called. So it's then the statue was found. First they found the head, and then they found the body, but it doesn't have a nose because the nose was just blown away by something.
And do you know what the statue is called? Is it the Sphinx that they're talking
Yes.
about? And do they tell you about the pyramids as well in Egypt?
Yeah. People say there were mummies coming out of there, but I don't believe it.
Maybe we can go to Egypt and find out if there are mummies coming out of it.
No, there's only dead ones.
Okay. So okay, cool. So Go Jetters was one show. You talked about Thomas. You talked about some of the other shows you've watched. And then you said you haven't been watching as much TV lately, but instead you now play
Video games!
What kind of video games do you play? What's the gaming system do you have? Is it a Nintendo or is it an Xbox or is it something else?
Nintendo!
Which one? Is it the Wii?
No, Switch!
And what does the Switch do? What games do you have on it?
Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
Of course you have Mario Brothers.
Sports, Mario Kart, and I might go into Nintendo shop to see what new games I can find out.
Oh, so you're relying on Mama and Papa to buy you some new games, eh?
No, really, I'm just gonna look.
Okay. But tell us why you've switched from watching TV to playing video games. Is it more fun or is it more adventurous, or what is the excitement with video games?
It's not really the excitement, it's just that I'm running out of episodes to watch.
You're right. You've reached the end of TV, that means, Kian. My goodness, you are running out of episodes to watch. How can that be?
I'm not sure.
But on the video games, isn't it the case of playing the same games over and over again as well?
No, I get to play different races.
Different races?
Yes.
That's Mario Kart. So you like racing games?
Yes. And also, I go on different levels in Mario Brothers. And on Mario Kart, we might get the booster pass, which makes us play new races. So when you press up on Mario Kart, you get new races, but you need the booster pass to get them.
And Kian, are there other tricks that you would tell your friends about these games? Are there keys that they should be pressing, or are there things that they should be doing that get them more points or more coins or more stuff like that? Have you figured out tricks when you're playing these games?
Yes, when you press the R on a ramp, at the same time you do the jump, you get to do a spin and you get boosters.
Whoa. So would you say you've become an expert at these games?
No, because Radwan's better than me.
Oh, wait, who's Radwan? You're introducing new characters here.
So, he's my schoolmate, and he's been playing longer than me.
Okay, so Kian, that's interesting. So you have schoolmates also that play video games. Do you guys compare notes when you're playing video games, and do you talk about the things you've done or seen or the levels you've crossed in the games?
Yes, we also play it at school, but we don't use the Nintendo. We just do it physically.
So you're imagining you're playing video games.
Yes. No, we're doing it physically like we're the characters.
You're the characters in the game.
Yes.
And then?
So sometimes Dex is Yoshi, sometimes I'm Yoshi, sometimes I'm Mario. Red one's always Luigi. He never ever is not Luigi. And the others just choose whatever characters.
Ah, okay. And do your friends, so that means all your friends have exactly the same games as you?
No, Red one has more games than me.
And what do you guys do? Do they share games with you? Do they give you their games? Do you exchange games? Is that another way you learn and play?
No, they never like really give game cards or anything because we're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to?
Yes.
In school. But what if you do it outside school? You can exchange game cards, right?
Yes, but they've already got Mario Kart, Mario Brothers U Deluxe, but I'm not sure if they got sports.
Wait, let's go to the sports games. Do you play that a lot?
Not much.
Those should be fun, though.
Not much, but when Trisha plays, it's really fun, but it's sweaty.
It's sweaty. Okay, well, what sports games do they have? Or do you have?
So, tennis, sword fighting, what's it called? Badminton, golf, and there's something else.
Tennis, badminton. What about bowling? I think there's.
Oh yeah, there's bowling.
I think you've become better at bowling because of that game, right?
Yes.
So now you've been able to practice your bowling skills in an actual bowling alley as well.
Yes.
Nice. So, what else are you looking for from video games, Kian? Do you think it's as educational as TV? Do you learn something from video games?
Not really, but I'm learning how cars work and develop.
And do you like cars a lot?
Yes.
I think we talked about this in your toys. You have a lot of car toys, right?
Yes.
So cars is your fascination, and I know at some point you've said like you're driving Mario Kart because you also want to be a racing driver at some point.
Yes.
That should be fun, right?
Yes.
But how will you practice that?
We could use our quad bike right now. I'm using the quad bike right now, but I'm going to start using like on a real track and like a real race car, something like that.
Wow, so you're developing your driving skills using Mario Kart or playing Mario Kart. That should be fun.
Yes.
Would you recommend Mario Kart to other friends if people asked you, Kian, which game should I buy? Which would be the game that you would recommend they buy?
Mario Brothers U Deluxe and Mario Kart.
Both of those?
Yes.
Not any of the sports games?
Yeah, the sports game would be good too. But one of them, Red One, suggested to me that's really good. Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, Smash Bros. Ultimate. Kian, it's interesting. You've talked about Mario and karts and all of these things, but you've not had any or you've not played any of the shooting or fighting games, which I think a lot of boys like to play, right?
Mario Brothers U Deluxe has shooting in it.
Okay. So it's the Mario shooting, not the like adventure shooting games, Call of Duty and all of those
Yes.
on Xbox and some of the other ones.
No.
But would you want to, as you grow up, would you want to get an Xbox or other game systems? Or are you happy with your Switch?
Happy with Switch.
And I think the Switch is fun because you can also travel with it, right?
Yes, and also I can get new games to see what I can, like, play with them. And I think they're year free.
Okay. So maybe in year 3, we'll try to get you some other games so you can play. And is it fun playing these by yourself or with your sister? Or I know your friends, you said you don't exchange, but do you prefer playing this on your own?
No.
So you like playing it with Trisha sometimes?
You know, with my friends, yes, and with Trisha. But Trisha doesn't really understand Mario Kart much because it's just like because what you can only do the controller sideways because I only got one Nintendo.
Okay. So we got to share with Trisha sometime.
Yes, but there's a way you can race against each other.
So Kian, if I was to ask you what's your favorite right now, is it TV or is it video games?
I don't know.
No, you have to choose one.
Seriously, I don't know.
So if somebody came to you and said, "Oh, I'm going to give you 2 hours, and you have 2 hours to have fun, but you can choose only between a TV or a video game," what would you choose?
Video games.
A video game. So I think you entertain yourself better with video games, right?
Yeah.
So Kian, one last question for you, and then maybe you can ask me some questions for our audience. But one last question from me. If you had one game you could borrow from your friend, which one would it be?
Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Smash Bros. Ultimate. So guys, Smash Bros. Ultimate is the one Kian recommends for you if you're playing video games. Let's see what questions he has for me now.
Did you ever play video games like that when you were little?
Yes, when I was little, yes, we played a lot of video games. My parents bought us a game system in India called Media. We used to have a Media, and it used to have these cartridges that you had to fix into the game. And then we played a lot of racing, shooting, flying games. I think we had many sports games like football and cricket. I think as we grew up, we played some of these games on the computer. But yeah, like you, I spent a lot of time on video games. I feel like as I grew up and I had other things to do, I lost time and interest in video games. But sometimes you still see me playing your Switch as well. So yeah, you can see Papa still has fun playing Mario Kart and all of those things. And I think, wouldn't you agree that I have the most fun when I'm playing the sports games?
Yes.
Those for me are the most fun because I think they're family games and you can all share and have a good time together because they're also easy for Trisha to play.
Yes.
Cool. Any other questions for me, Kian, or anything else you would like to say?
What were your favorite shows when you were little?
Oh, when I was little. So when I was your age, I watched a lot of cartoons, and I think my favorite cartoons would have been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There would have been He-Man, and some of the other cartoon shows that we used to have. There was a show on Cartoon Network. We had a channel called Cartoon Network, and the show I used to like a lot on that was Captain Planet and The Mask. I think I showed you The Mask episodes when you were little as well. Those were some of my favorite shows. Then as we grew older, I used to watch a lot of wrestling on the WWF. So I used to enjoy a lot of that. And that was fun. And then, I typically grew up into more adult and other shows and watched movies and things like that. But yeah, like I said at the start, Papa used to watch too much TV and, he got glasses very early on.
Yes. You showed me The Mask. You're right. Yeah, you showed me The Mask. But I still watch it sometimes, but it got too scary. But was it harder to watch TV in those days?
It was. We didn't have as many channels. We had fewer channels. And in our house, we had only one TV. So we had to share it with everybody. So when Papa or somebody else wanted to watch TV, we had to let them watch TV. And we couldn't watch it. And then, it was difficult. But everyone got their time. And Sunday mornings used to be kid time. So we were allowed to watch our cartoons on Sunday mornings. But yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. I don't think I think I've run out of questions to ask you.
Okay, Kian, thank you. So this has been a fun episode. We've talked about games, video games, TV. I think my advice as a parent would be don't watch too much TV, but there's also enough educational and fun stuff out there that kids can learn stuff from TV as well. I think Kian's already talked about go-getters and learning about new countries. So don't always restrict your kids from watching TV. Let them enjoy it. Let them have fun. But everything in moderation is important. I think we'll close this episode this time, and we'll see you on our next one.